I grew up in California and got married. And then when my girls were young, we moved to the Houston, Texas area. And we were there for about 5 years or so. My husband's job took us to Chengdu, China, at the beginning of my girls' high school experience. And from Chengdu, we traveled all around China, Tibet. We traveled all through Asia, to Europe, to Australia. We traveled quite a bit while they were growing up. Throughout their high school years. So it was a really good experience living there. We really liked it a lot. I would consider my kids third culture kids. When we were living in China, they were surrounded by kids from many different cultures. So they were exposed to a lot of different ways of life. So yeah, I guess I would consider them third culture kids. I would say that growing up a third culture kid had very positive influence on my children. They grew up knowing many different cultures. They learned to embrace difference, embrace change. They're not afraid to try anything new, try new foods, travel to new places. So it really gives you a sense of adventure and acceptance of many other cultures and many other ways of life. And I think that's a very positive aspect of third culture kid life. Do I wish I had the same experience traveling overseas that my children have? Heck yeah, I do. I would have loved growing up as a child to be able to travel the world and see all the places that they've seen at such a young age. I think it really influences who you are. Yeah, I would have loved to have had the same life my children have. Any advice for other parents traveling overseas? I guess all I could really say is don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid that your children are too young to experience new things or try new things. Kids are amazingly resilient and they learn so quickly and so easily. New languages, new foods, new ideas about how to live. I think just embrace it. There are a lot of frustrating aspects of living overseas because the culture is so different and a lot of things can be very frustrating. But my advice would be to have patience, try to embrace it as much as possible, and let your kids experience it and see everything that there is to see within reason. But yeah, it's a good life. I would do it again in a heartbeat.